Good morning, welcome to another video. As you can see, down a tiny river. This is the River Arrow. I'm on a Throckmorton Angling Club stretch and I've come down to peg D1 today. I've noticed this peg has been featuring in some of the match results. You might call that cheating, but I call it using your brain. So I thought I'd come down and have a go for myself. There's not been a match on this weekend, so it's not been fished, certainly match fished, for a while. So yeah, I thought I'd come and have a go. There's not a lot of water, and as you can see, it's not moving very quickly at all. And being that it's about 10:30 in the morning, you can probably hear there's an extractor fan or something over there. There's an industrial estate, you probably see it over there. So it's not going to be the most peaceful session, but it doesn't bother the fish in here, so I'm not going to let it bother me either. Now what I've done is actually bought a keep net today. I'm going to concentrate just on fishing this peg. Got a float rod with me and a ledger rod, and it's as simple as that really. Got some maggots and some bread, which you can have a nice, perhaps 2 or 3 hours down here, see what we can catch. That's the plan. It's very, very muggy. It's ridiculous, really overcast. It's drizzling. And as I said, it's really warm, really muggy, drizzling, even heavy now. But what's prompted me to come out is that really. It's supposed to clear up this afternoon, early afternoon, so we've got perhaps 2 or 3 hours to have a go and see what we can winkle out. Anyway, it's probably enough waffle, isn't it? We'll get the gear set out. I'm just going to sit on the floor down here and we'll have a crack. Really looking forward to this. I've been meaning to come and have a go at this peg for absolutely ages, and I've just never got around to it. Got some snags and some cover a bit further down. I've got my light trotting set up here. We may connect with some chub. So I've actually bought my heavier setup as well, just in case we feel like we need to fish a bit heavier. I'll stick all the info and all the stuff I'm using down in the description, but this is just a Advanta X5 float rod. And I've coupled that with a Dower 120M closed face reel. It's a bit of a pain, this 120, if I'm honest, because it hasn't got an anti-reverse. So to keep it set up, it's a real pain. Right, I'm gonna have to go on the float first, see what we can catch. I'm not brave enough to check the keep net in just yet. We'll see how things go before we do that. But like I say, there's usually plenty of fish in this swim from seeing the match reports. And I did have a go here earlier in the season. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully catch some chub, some roach, some perch, who knows? Who knows what? All right, we're off already. There we go, look, that's a great start. What's that? Oh, it's dropped off, it was a little roach. Right, pay attention. There's something downstream causing a load of ripples. It distracted me. As you can probably see, we've got a bit of flow, you can see from the leaves. Got slack on the inside here, a bit of flow there, just running under a tree. Over there, under a willow. So, oh, these leaves are going to make it a bit tricky. God, you can tell autumn's here, can't you? Blimey. I think as we had a bite first cast, we could probably get the keeping it in, but we'll hold fire just for a minute. Right. There we go. Right, see what happens. Hopefully, the next one will stay on. Might just dot that stick float down a little bit more. There we go. What's this? God, it's going nutsoid. A little chub by the looks of it. I think we can safely put the keep net in, can't we? Fantastic. Fab. Wow, looks like we're going to have a decent session. Ain't got the float to run down yet. I love doing this sort of thing though. I do love having a rove about, but I do love sort of rocking up in a swim and seeing what you can get from it. I also absolutely love just going out, getting some bites, catching some fish. They haven't got to be the biggest fish in the world. It's nice, of course, to catch big fish, but it's not what fishing's all about to me. Obviously everyone's different, but yeah, I do like just going out and get some bites sometimes. It's that one. Right, I'm just going to deepen off a bit. I'm just going to find the depth really by playing around with the float until it starts dragging bottom. Obviously not the float, the hook. There we go, that worked. Going a bit deeper and we got a bite straight away. What's this? Swinging, just about. Oh, another little chub, look. Oh, this is cracking. Fantastic. Certainly enjoying this. I was having an hour about coming here this morning because I did think it'd be a bit noisy. But I'm going to struggle to get down here when it's not daytime, so I just thought, oh well, give it a go. Ooh, too slow. We're getting a lot of bites. A lot of really fast bites. I'm wondering if it's minnows. It's kind of why I bought bread, really. I don't really intending on using bread necessarily. I just thought we may get a lot of this, which I'm sure is minnows. That's a better bite. Nice and slow. Chub all the way so far. Chublets. Keep still, keep still, keep still. Hopefully the bigger boys will come out to play. Let's just dig that off again. Right, 6 foot now. Not really sure how deep this peg is. I fished it once before, just on the ledger. Ooh, there we go. That's a better fish straight away. Blimey. I think this is a net job. Get me out, trying to get me in the snags. There we go. Lift him. He's a bit bigger. Fantastic. Now I've got a new landing net handle. There we go. Yeah, got a new landing net handle with me today. I've got it courtesy of Fishing Republic. It's a Westlake one. When I was fishing at Linear on the David Seaman weekend, I was with Adam from Fishing Republic, and I had a look at his landing net. I thought, landing net handle, I should say. I thought, that's really nice. It's lovely and light. It's 4 meters, which I haven't got a 4 meter one. I just thought it'd come in handy in this swim, and perhaps when I'm doing some other stuff. It's that one, WLM 4030T competition. Lovely and light, as I say, and a 4 meter landing net handle. And Adam kindly sent me one to have a try with. So yeah, very grateful. Thank you to Adam and Fishing Republic. I knew in this swim we'd be a little bit higher up from the water, and obviously fishing with a 13-foot rod as well, you need a longer landing net handle generally, the longer the rod you've got. So I thought I'd bring it along, give it a christen. I think, to be honest, I think it'll come in useful down the Y as well when I'm using 15 or 17-foot rod. I think it'll come in useful down there. that extra metre of reach over my other one. It's lovely and light as well, like I say. Hopefully we'll give it a good testing today. Some big fish. God. Well, this is a better fish. They're queuing up now. Blimey, this is cracking. Oh, this is just what I fancied doing. Of course, they're all going to try and get in that snag there. Oh, that's a proper fish. Blimey, that's a proper one to have on the stick. Got him. Wonderful. Absolutely fantastic. What about that? I'm on the stick float with a tatty old fella. Tatty tail. I have to call you tatty tail. They certainly seem to be hungry. They're wolfing these maggots down. A bit of a drop into the water. A bit unavoidable, unfortunately. Well, I'm absolutely loving this. Can you tell? It'd be nice to catch a few different species. Definitely. But if we have a net full of chub like that, won't be unhappy. That's for sure. The only thing not to like is the extractor fan. But to be honest, it's not really bothering me, so I'll keep distracting myself with nice fish. Blimey. Well, I was going to shot the float down, but I don't think I need to. It's a shouldered Drake alloy stem stick float, 2 gram, so it's not overly light, and I've got it shotted halfway down the black bit, which is about where the shoulder is. Well, these fish are certainly not having any problem pulling this under. Even the minnows, I think. I've not even run through the swim yet. Catching that one might have put them off a little bit. This clear water. There we go. Maybe not. Another one. Can we lift him? I can swing him, I think, just about. What a fantastic peg. All I've done is chucked half dozen maggots in every cast, or just before I've cast in. God, it's raining now. I haven't got a coat or anything, because I believe the weather forecast that it was going to ease off, so we might get wet. It's a bit of a trek up here to this swim from where I've parked, so I've travelled as light as I dared, really, and the coat wasn't on the cards. It's far too muggy, really. If I was sat here in a coat, I'd be sweating. Someone in the forklift over there, and I know from experience you have to toot your horn when you come in and out of doors, don't you, when people might not be able to see you. It's periodically tooting. Well, it could well be a bit of a pain trying to ledger with all these leaves coming down. Obviously with a float that's running down with the current, you don't tend to bother too much with the leaves. It's not an issue at all, because the float's going down with them. But when you're ledgering, you've got that static line, often stuff will collect on it on the line. What we've got to allow for as well is that if we keep feeding these maggots, these fish might come up in the water to start intercepting them. So we'll have to bear that in mind as well. And that is the first run through where I've not had a bite. Got a maggot on. And he's in reasonable condition. Right, we found the bottom now. Definitely. So we're probably about 7 foot at the moment. So yeah, with a couple of foot of water on here, it's going to be a proper deep peg. And this river does fish a lot better with a bit of colour, a bit of water on. And there we go. That's a very minnowy bite. Oh, the big old chubs just swam through there. Look at him. Very shallow, mopping up maggots. I think perhaps these fish have moved up in the water. I think we need to shallow up a bit. Yeah, big old chub just swam through then. Hoovering up the maggots. So what I'm going to do, rather than trying to get the bait down quickly, oh yeah, he's right under the surface. I'm going to push all the shot up, because he's hoovering all of them up. If we don't catch him, I'll be amazed. I don't know if it'll come out on the camera. But he's about 2 foot under the surface. I'm going to keep this about 4 foot. Keeps coming and going. But yeah, just shows they're moving up onto this maggots. They're intercepting him on the way down. Yeah, it looks like I was slowly going deeper and the fish have becoming shallower. Want to get some bites again. There he is, just coming through again, hoovering them all up. Getting lots of bites off what I think are minnows. Shut him up a bit more. Certainly that one is properly hoovering the maggots. And I say he looks to be only a couple of foot under. There we go, I think that might be him. God, I'm bending this rod, stay out of there, stay out of there. Come on. Trying to do me around the landing net. Come on. I think it's probably the biggest fish of the day so far. Got him. That's cracking. Yeah, he was just swimming about, I think it's the one, swimming about, hoovering up all the maggots. That's a cracking fish. Go on, in you go. Well, this is brilliant. Reminds me actually, doing that bit of sight fishing, I've got to get up to another stretch on this river that I've been invited to fish. Stretch on the Wixford ticket. I do fancy getting up there. I fished up there a couple of times at the end of last season when it was coloured. I was chatting to an angler there and he was telling me that it's lovely in the summer. You can see all the fish and see exactly what's going on. Stalk them out, so yeah, we'll get up there. I'll throw a bit of this mashed bread in a minute, I think. What's this? It's tiny. This is what we've been getting these funny little bites off. Yes, as expected. Minnows. Yeah, I might put a bit of mashed bread in, I think. So just break up, just breaking up in the water column. It's mashed up fairly stiffly. Oh, blimey, we've got a bite down here, look. It's mashed up fairly stiffly, just to go in a feeder, really. I just thought we could get a bit of that in, get a bit of smell going through the swim. And hopefully, we're only fish a bit, holding a bit further down, which it does seem to be. We can pull them up into here. That's a proper bite. I thought we could connect with something proper then. Oh, minnows. Well, it's not. It's a tiny little chub, I'd assume. It is, a tiny little chub. I'm not going to put you in a keep net, go on. Let's try double maggot. Got the bulk of the shot about halfway down the rig, so it's sinking through sort of the first half of the water quite quickly. And then falling slowly in the bottom half. Right, that's gone a bit quiet aside from minnows. So what I'm going to do, now I've got on the ledger, get a little feeder on, perhaps put a bit of mashed bread in through the feeder, fish a bit of bread on the hook, and then perhaps go on the maggot feeder as well. So we'll sort out for that. I've been fishing about an hour now, so the last sort of 20 minutes-ish, it's gone a bit quiet, so time for a change. So hardly any flow, so I'm going to go with a nice light feeder. What this is. 0.7 of an ounce, 20 grams I think that equates to. Just enough to pop out there, hold the bottom. So get a bit of this mashed bread down to the bottom. As I say, it's gone a little bit quiet, so I think worth getting a bit of bread down rather than going on the maggot feeder straight away. We'll get some of this bread in. That's good, that's staying in. I've just seen that go down. That bread stayed in. Right, what's going to happen? Got my Dower extendable 10-foot rod here, coupled with a Ninja 2000 reel. Well, I've had sort of 15 minutes on the bread feeder, nothing, a couple of knocks, one cast on this maggot feeder, and a few rattles. Just trying to get it over there by that cover. That's it. Scaled down a little bit. 16 on. A couple of maggots. Let's see if that'll winkle out a fish for us. There we go. Oh, I bumped it. Ah. Ah. That's very annoying. Right, let's try that again. Hopefully this time we'll get a bite and we'll stay connected. It's short there. We're in the right vicinity. Oh, that's very frustrating. Lots of goings on in the next swim now. Oh, there we go. Something? What we got here? Ooh, it looks a bit like a dace. Is that a dace? Oh, it's a cracking dace. Look at that. Absolutely fantastic. Check that out. Wow. That's a cracking fish. Absolutely wonderful. We've been at it a couple of hours now. I think I'm probably going to give it about another half an hour, because it has gone a bit quiet. I'm not quite sure why. Such rapid bites, you know when it's clearly minnows. That's a better bite. No. We'll have another 10 minutes, I think, on the stick, and then we'll finish on the maggot feeder. We'll have a couple of clanging bites and bumps of fish off on the maggot feeder. So they're just holding underneath that tree there. Oh, I think it's up to itself. No. Yes. Yeah, this is the trouble at the moment. I'm just being minnowed out. Even on double maggot. I put 2 maggots on, just thinking that even if they stuck one of the maggots to death, hopefully one of them will survive enough to get a bite, but we've just been totally minnowed out now. Well, I think first cast, get over there where we bumped that fish. A bit of bread on. First cast. Bit of bread flake. We'll still keep the maggot feeder on. Very lively, these maggots, blimey. Very warm today though. Right, 20 minutes on the feeder before we get off. Ooh. So we put that in, in the snag, not near it, the tree. But I saw the bread sink behind the feeder, so not a problem. Let's see if that picks us up a nice bonus chub or roach or something. We have a pattern emerging in the last few videos on these smaller rivers, this one and the Stour, the Arrow and the Stour. You get a sort of hour of good sport and then it all slows down, so we'll perhaps take that on board for next time. Blimey, that went round, didn't it? Just changed over to single maggot. Absolutely went round like crazy. Come on, out of the snags. Well, it just shows you, doesn't it? Landing at handle's a bit big for a bit long for a short rod. God, well, that went flying round and he's not even very big. Still very welcome. But yeah, don't know, coincidence? I don't know. I just, like I say, just changed to single maggot. Bang, round it went. Strange not to have him on the float though. Single red. We'll try that again. Can't have been in more than about a minute. I've been fishing double maggot for the last couple of casts and having lots of rattles from what I thought were minnows. Well, I think I'm going to call it a day there. That has been thoroughly enjoyable. We've had about 2¼ hours at it. First hour went absolutely crazy. Second hour we've had to work to get the bites. That's very enjoyable, I have to say. really enjoyed that, and it's been nice and productive as well. Yeah, so as I say, definitely be back here when there's a bit more water on. We'll have another go at this one. It's a cracking peg, but there's so many pegs on these stretches. It's a job to know really where to start. We'll certainly have some roving sessions as well on these stretches. On this, I say stretches, Throckmorton have got sort of a big long continuous stretch, or several. It's broken up into little stretches. Anyway, I'm waffling. As I say, this is the Throckmorton stretch. If you want some information on how to join the club, it's an open club, anyone can join. I'll link you in down there with some phone numbers. You can get tickets from the corn stores in Redditch as well. Stretch I'm fishing is near Ulster. So, as I say, it's definitely worth a go. It certainly seems a very healthy river. There's lots of fish, lots of fry around, and just seen a kingfisher whiz past. They don't hang about, do they, if there's no fish? So yeah, it's clearly a healthy river. Anyway, definitely waffling now, time to go home. All there's left to do is to say thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Tight lines, enjoy your own angling. Many thanks to the channel patrons for your fantastic support. And I'll see you again very soon.